Got it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Connected Warriors Chair Yoga. Beautiful day, sponsored by the West Palm VA as well as Connected Warriors. My name is Jim O'Rourke, and I've been teaching for about 6 years, and I'm ready to get started. So if you are seated in your chair, if it's a wheelchair, make sure your wheels are locked. If you can inch your hips out about midpoint on your chair, please do so. Props, I like to encourage you to have a strap, a block, and a pillow, and very possibly if you have some water to hydrate during the class, I always encourage that. With that in mind, we will come to a comfortable seated position. Roll our shoulders back, hands on your knees or alongside your hips. Eyes open, eyes closed. Focus on your breath. Inhaling through your nose to the count of 4 or more. And exhaling to the same count. Become aware of the movement of your body. As you inhale, your belly, ribs, and chest will rise. And as you exhale, they slowly deflate. Stay in touch with the movement of your breath. Maybe you want to set an intention for today's practice. This is a nice time to do it. On your next inhale, if your eyes are closed, slowly begin to open your eyes and raise your arms up to a T. Place your palms so they're facing down towards your mat and spread your fingers wide. Inhale. On the exhale, bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Keep your fingers spread wide. Breathe into the opening on the left side of your neck. If it's available to you, spread your toes. Now on the exhale, bring your chin to your chest. Inhale your left ear to your left shoulder. And breathe into this stretch along the right side of your neck. Spread your fingers wide. Spread your toes if it's available to you. On the next exhale, bring your chin to your chest. And now turn your palms so they're facing up and spread your fingers wide. And begin to rotate your head. Right ear to right shoulder. Inhaling up and back. Keep the fingers spread. Exhaling left ear to left shoulder. And chin to chest. Spread your toes, or else at least press down into the balls of your feet. Your right ear to your right shoulder. Gazing up. Exhaling left ear to left shoulder. Chin to chest, pull. Now reverse the cycle. Bring your left ear to your left. Keep the fingers spread. Gaze up at the ceiling. Right ear to right shoulder. Chin to chest. One more time around, left ear to left shoulder. Gazing up at the ceiling, right ear to right shoulder, chin to chest, and bring your hands on down to your knees, shake out your shoulders, roll them in one direction, and then roll them in another direction. We're working on our breath. So I would like you to place your hands in a V formation on the lower portion of your ribs. And I want you to inhale, feel the expansion in your ribs. Exhale, and feel your ribs moving in towards the center of your body. Now on your next inhale, I want you to place a little resistance as you feel your diaphragm expanding. This is your side breath. If you can focus your attention during this practice on your side breath, it'll help you moving deeper into the poses. Just continue to exhale and move in towards the center of your body. Exhale and feel your diaphragm expanding. One more breath here. And release your hands back down alongside your hips or on your knees, whatever is most comfortable for you. On the next inhale, bring your arms up to cactus arms. Place your hands behind your head. Inhale and look up and spread your, or see if you can move your elbows back as you're looking up. Exhale, bring your elbows to cover your ears and your chin to your chest and round your spine. Maybe, if it's available, bring your elbows down towards your knees. Inhale back up, up all the way up, and spread those elbows back, looking up at the ceiling. This is another version of cat-cow. Exhale, bringing your elbows in. You're covering your ears and crunching at the same time, chin to chest, elbows to knees. Nice and slow. Inhale up, all the way up. Do it with your breath now. As you fill your lungs, you arrive looking up at your ceiling, spreading your elbows back, bringing your shoulder blades closer together. Now we exhale, bringing those forearms over your ears and chin to chest, belly button to spine, elbows to knees. Inhale back up. One more repetition. And as you're filling up your lungs, you're looking up at the ceiling. Chest is going forward, head is going back. Exhale, chin to chest, elbows or forearms covering your ears, elbows to knees, belly button to spine. Inhale, back up. And exhale, release your hands down alongside your hips. Next inhale, bring your arms straight out in front of you, palms facing each other, arms parallel with the mat. Make a clasp with your hands. Reverse your palms so now they're pushed out towards the front of the mat. Inhale, bring your hands over your head. Press into your sitting bones and root down with your feet. Your spine is straight. Exhale, hinge over to the right. Just breathe into it. See if you can direct your breath into that left side of your body. Feel that diaphragm as it expands on the inhale and contracts on the exhale. Inhaling back up to center. Reach up, straighten your arms, keep the fingers interlocked, and exhale as we press down on our sitting bones, reaching over to the left side, getting a good stretch along the right side of the body. Breathe into it. Direct your breath to your diaphragm, to your side ribs. Press down into both feet at the same time. Inhale up. Going to exhale over to the right side. See if you can go a little deeper in the stretch this time. There's no judgment here in yoga. I do not give out any trophies. Remember that. This is your practice. You get out of it what you get put into it. Inhale back up to center. Straighten your spine. Press down on your sitting bones and rooting down with your feet. You're exhaling over to the left side. Continuing to keep the pressure on your feet and on your sitting bones as you reach deeper into the pose, sending your breath to the right side of your rib cage. Inhale back up to center. Release your arms, release the grip. Bring your arms, your hands down alongside your hips. Shake those shoulders out in one direction, then shake them in another direction. Inhale your hands to heart center. Now press into your chest bone here with your thumbs as you're raising your elbows up. Breathe. Now make clasp your fingers together and then release your index fingers and tent them up. And inhale your hands straight up towards the ceiling. Inhale and reach all the way up. Looking up at your hands now, we get a little back bend at the same time. Continue to press into your feet so we don't challenge our balance or we don't lose our balance. Reaching up. Exhale the hands behind the head. Inhale, reach up one more time. Reach up, look up. Exhale, hands behind the head. Draw your elbows back. Your chest out. Inhale, reaching up, gazing at your hands. Exhale, release your hands, release the grip. Come to a seated staff pose. Going to do a little exercise, a few poses involving our legs. So if you have a strap, This is a good time to incorporate the strap. You leave the strap hanging across your knees. Inhale, lift your left foot off the mat. Press into your right foot. Press into both sitting bones, shoulders back. Breathe here. Exhale, release the left foot. Raise the right foot. And breathe. Okay, exhale, release the right foot down to the mat. Now, place the strap on the balls of both feet. Hold the strap with both hands. And if it's available to you, bring both feet up. Holding on to the strap, make sure your spine is straight. You're looking straight out at the front of your mat. Toes on your feet are pointed back toward your shoulders. Legs are straight. Just breathe here. We're balancing. This happens to be a boat pose. Exhale, release our feet back down. Leave the strap on your right foot. And bring that right foot straight up out in front of you. Important thing here, couple of things. Keep your toes pointed back toward your shoulders so you feel a nice little stretch in your calf. And keep your legs straight if it's available to you. Now, switch that strap over to your right hand. Bring your left arm out to a T and bring your right leg out to a T, or any portion of that T that is available to you. Holding on to the strap with the right hand, opening our hips. Just breathe here. If it's available to you, see if you can lift that right leg up, maybe an inch or half an inch, whatever's available to you. Breathe here. Now bring that right leg in. Hold the strap now with both hands and see if you've created any room to lift that right leg up just a little higher than what it was. Breathe. Keep your spine straight. Keep gazing out in front of you, the toes pointed back towards you. Now place the strap in your left hand and anchor in with your right hand onto your seat. See if you can lift that right leg over to the left side. Get a little stretch on your IT band. Breathe into it. Keep that spine straight. Inhale, bring the right leg back. Release the strap, nice and easy. And prepare for the opposite side. So place the strap around the ball of the left foot. Inhale and bring that left leg straight out in front of you, toes pointed back toward your face, your shoulders. You're holding the strap with two hands. Get a nice stretch in the right calf. A little bit on the hamstrings. All right, we're going to switch the strap. You should switch the strap over to your left hand. Right arm comes out to a T, left leg comes out to a T, 90 degrees or any portion thereof. And if it's available to you, see if you can lift that left leg a little higher. Keep the toes pointed back towards your shoulders and keep that left leg straight. Press into the right foot and root in with your sitting bones. Inhale, bring that left leg back in, the right arm follows. And now see if there's a little bit more room. You could just lift that left leg a little bit of scotch higher. Switch the strap over to your right hand. Anchor in with your left hand. and cross over the right knee with your left leg, keeping the left leg straight, pouring the toes back towards your shoulders. Safety is of the utmost concern. We do not want to lose our balance. Breathe into it. Inhale, bring it back. Release the strap. And place the strap on the side for a little bit now. Pound those feet. And relax. And next, inhale. Coming from a seated staff pose. Palms facing forward, shoulders rolled back, crown of the head being drawn up towards the ceiling. We're pressing into our sitting bones, and you are rooting down with both feet. On the inhale, lift your left foot off the mat. Take both hands, wrap it around your left knee, and see if you can raise that left knee up towards your chest. Keep your back away from the back of the chair. And keep your spine straight. If it's available to you, we're going to move into a pigeon pose. Place your right or your left ankle on top of your right knee. If that's not available to you, extend your right foot out and place your left ankle on top of your right ankle. Any version thereof is possible for you. You do it. There's no judgment here. So if you have your left ankle on top of your right knee, you're pressing down on your sitting bones and drawing the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. You're holding your left foot with your right hand and your left knee with your left hand. Inhale, look for more length in your spine. Exhale, hinge, bring in your chin to your shin, to your left shin. Just working on those hips. Hold a lot of tension down there. Breathe into it. Remember, safety is of the utmost importance. We do not want to lose our balance. Breathe into it. Press into your sitting bones and draw the crown of your head more towards the front of your mat. Your shoulders are away from your ears. Allow your tongue to fall away from the roof of its mouth. Release all the tension. Inhale, release, unwind, and bring your left foot down to the mat. Hands along your side. Want to take a break? Time to hydrate. Before we move on, come to a comfortable seated staff pose. Hands alongside your hips. Raise your right foot 3 inches off the mat. And breathe. Now place your hands, wrap your hands around your right knee and bring that right knee up towards your chest. Just breathe into it. Each exhale, bringing your belly button to your spine and your knee towards your right shoulder. You work with your breath. Try to balance your abilities with your limitations. Moving into pigeon on the opposite side again. I'm going to offer you to extend your left foot out and place your right ankle on top of your left ankle. Or with your knee up towards your chest, place your right ankle on top of your left knee. Keep your back away from the back of the chair. Holding on to your right knee with your right hand, and your left hand holds your right foot. Inhale, press down on your sitting bones. Draw the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Exhale, now fold over nice and slowly. Bringing your belly button to spine on the exhale and your chin towards your right shin. It's a mind game. Mental control of the physical movements. Just balance the intensity of this pose with no attachment to the outcome. Wherever you arrive, excuse me, is where you are today. Changes every day. Just work with your breath. Inhale and back off a little bit. Exhale. Look for that extra room you may have created. Pressing into the left foot and both sitting bones. Inhale, we're coming out of the pose, totally unwinding. Coming back to a seated staff pose. Roll your shoulders back. Lengthen your spine. Now, bring your both feet out to the side edges of your mat. Inhale, extend your arms all the way up to the ceiling, reaching up. Reach up, press down with your sitting bones and through your feet. Exhale, slowly hinge forward. Bringing that belly button to spine, making room as you move down towards wherever your forward fold is going to bring you. Might be to your knees, to your shins, to a block, or to your feet. All acceptable options. Just press into the soles of your feet, press into your sitting bones at the same time, but draw the crown of your head towards the front of your mat or towards your mat, depending upon where you are in your forward fold. Just breathe into it here. Next inhale, we're going to walk our right hand over towards our left hand, wherever that is on your left leg. Just breathe into it. Get a little stretch on the side, the right side of the body. Now, if it's available, extend your left arm up to the ceiling. Look up at your left hand. Bring your right shoulder underneath your left shoulder if it's available to you. And breathe. Exhale your left hand down to meet your right hand, wherever that is. Walking your fingers over toward your right side. And that can be anywhere on your right leg. And breathe here. Release your right hand with the next inhale and extend your right hand on up towards the ceiling, looking up at your right hand. See if you can move your left shoulder underneath your right shoulder, stacking those shoulders. Just breathe into it. Breathe into the side stretch you have on the right side of your body. Exhale, bring your right hand down, nice and slowly. And walk your fingers over to the center of the mat, or in the center between your legs on a block. Breathe here. Inhale, coming up, pressing into the sitting bones until you finally arrive at a seated staff pose. And breathe here. Time to move into a little tree pose. Bring your feet back together. A comfortable distance apart. Turn your right foot 45 degrees, and place your right heel on top of your left ankle. Bring your hands to heart center. You're in tree pose. For those of you who would like to go a little bit deeper and would like to place the sole of your right foot on the inner thigh of your left leg, it's always an option. Further option, grow your tree with the inhale, spreading your arms, lifting them up over your head, and place a little wind in your trees. Woo. As you wave your arms back and forth. Come to stillness. Bring your hands back to heart center. Return your right foot back down to the mat. Prepare for the opposite side. Turn your left foot out. 45-degree angle. Place the left heel on top of the right ankle. We're in tree pose. If you choose to go a little deeper, if it's available to you, place the sole of your left foot on the inner thigh of your right leg. Grow your tree by expanding your arms, your hands up towards the ceiling. And put a little tree, a little wind in our tree as we wave our hands side to side, our arms moving side to side. Come to stillness. Bring your hands to heart center and relax out of the pose. Come back to the seated staff pose. Adjust yourself. Sometimes you have to realign after a number of poses to make sure you're in the middle of your seat. Next, inhale from a seated staff pose. Inhale your arms all the way up, reaching up, up, up. Press down with your sitting bones and root down with your feet. On the exhale, bring your hands behind your back and make a clasp with your hands. Tuck your shoulder blades closer together now. Throw the crown of your head up towards the ceiling and press down with your fist, your clenched hands towards your mat as you look up at the ceiling. Breathe here. On the exhale, fold forward, bringing your chin down towards your knees. Nice and easy. Release your tongue from the top of its mouth. And if it's available to you, extend your hands on up towards the ceiling. Little rotation in our shoulders. And breathe into it. Press down into your feet, both feet. On the next inhale, if you had your hands up, releasing your hands down behind your back, releasing the grip, anchoring into your chair, and slowly making your way up to a seated staff pose. Next inhale, raise both arms all the way up to the ceiling at the same time. Lift your heels up to, off the mat. Exhale, float your hands down alongside your hips. Your hands arrive at your hips as your lungs become empty of air. Full of air, excuse me. Empty of air. We'll get it right one of these days. Bring your heels back down. Spread your toes wide. Feel your toes gripping the mat. Draw your shoulders back. Inhale and reach up towards the ceiling, releasing your toes. Reach all the way up, look up. Exhale, float your hands down alongside your hips. and your hands arrive as your lungs empty of air. We're going to do a couple of cat-cows. Now, we've been working a lot on cat-cows, but in different format. But we'll do a little more on them as we continue on in our practice. So place your hands on your knees using your fingers as grips. Inhale, look up at the ceiling, draw your chest forward, your heart forward, expand your belly, press down with your feet into your mat. Exhale, chin to chest, round the back, belly button to spine. Inhale, gaze up at the ceiling. You're using your fingers as claws to hold on to your knees and draw your chest and your belly forward. Exhale, chin to chest, belly button to spine. Nice round back, shoulders coming forward. Inhale for cow pose. Gaze up at the ceiling. Draw your shoulder blades closer together. Expand that belly. Exhale, chin to chest. As we move into our cat pose, pushing our knees away with our hands, our palms. Inhale back to center. We're going to move into a little warrior poses. So we're going to, if it's available to you, adjust. So the left leg, the top of the left leg is on the seat, and the right foot is on extended behind you. We're moving into our warrior poses. We're moving into warrior one. So if your right foot, you're on the ball of the right foot. Inhale, extend your arms all the way up. Reach up towards the ceiling. On the inhale, look up at your hands. And isometrically draw your left heel in towards your right foot. And at the same time, that right foot being drawn in toward your left heel. Exhale, coming out of the pose, moving into warrior two. So now our hips are facing the side edges of our mat. In this case, we're facing the front of your mat. Make sure your arms are adjusted so they're parallel with the mat. Your body is equidistant between your feet. You're looking out over your left hand. Fingers are spread wide. Reaching out on both sides. You get a good stretch between those hands. Now flip your left hand. The palm now faces the ceiling. Drop your right hand down towards your right leg and reach that left hand on up to the ceiling at all times. If you feel unsafe, do not move into the pose. Safety is of the utmost importance. And if you're in pain, you back away. If you're uncomfortable, you can breathe through it. You're reaching up towards the ceiling. Exhale, we're going to move into a triangle pose, straightening that left leg as best we can and reaching down towards our left foot. And any portion you can grab is fine. Reach up with your right hand towards the ceiling. And breathe here. Inhale, come back to your warrior two. And now, exhale, coming back to your seated staff pose. Time to take a drink before we move into the opposite side. So we're going to move into a warrior one. Adjust yourself accordingly on your chair. At the bottom of the top portion of your right leg is really planted on the seat. We're lifting that left foot and bringing the right leg back, bringing the left leg back to a comfortable position for us on our seats. Hips are now facing the side edges of your mat. Inhale and reach up. We're in Warrior One. Reach all the way up. You're looking up at your hands and you're pressing down on your sitting bones in your chair. Breathe here. Next exhale, we're going to readjust our sitting position into Warrior Two. So our hips are more in line with the front of our mat. Arms are out to a T. Body is equidistant between our arms. Straight up, press down on your sitting bones to draw the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Look out at your hands, your right hand, spreading your fingers real wide. Breathe here, isometrically drawing the heel of your right foot towards your left foot, and at the same time, if you can, isometrically draw your left foot towards your right heel. Lengthen your spine, flip your right hand so the palm is facing the ceiling, drop your left hand alongside your left leg, reach up towards the ceiling as we reverse our warrior. Again, safety is of the utmost importance. Whatever you do, do not put yourself in a position where you're going to fall out of your chair. You're reaching up, reach up with your right hand. On the exhale, we're going to come back to our Warrior Two, straightening our right leg as best we can, and reach down as we move into our triangle pose, raising our left hand on up towards the ceiling. Looking up at our left hand, press down on our right sitting bone, and breathe here. Inhale, come back up to a Warrior Two. Release out of the pose, come back to a seated staff pose. Time to hydrate again. Come back to a seated staff pose. Roll those shoulder blades closer together. On the inhale, we're going to raise our arms, our hands up towards the ceiling along with our gaze. This time, we're going to come to tippy toes, raising our heels off the mat. Exhale, come to cactus arms. Drop your heels, spread your fingers wide, and twist over to the left. Breathe here. This is time to use that side breath. See if there's more room as you can move a little bit deeper, becoming mindful, observing the direction of our thoughts, controlling our breath. Inhale, coming back to center, pressing down on our sitting bones, and now exhaling, moving over to the right side, twisting to the right, drawing the right elbow back. Oh, my doggy's leaving. The left arm, left elbow, see if you can draw it more towards the front of the mat. Breathe. Press down into both of your feet, rooting into the mat. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, hinge over to your left side. Keep the arms in cactus arms. Keep those fingers spread wide. Now spread your toes as wide as possible as you press your heels into the mat. Lift that right elbow up towards the ceiling. And breathe. Inhale, coming back to center. Press down on your sitting bones. Get that straight spine. Exhale. Hinge over to the right side. Spread the toes. Press into your heels. Draw that left arm deeper into the pose. Getting a good stretch. Now watch your breath. Follow your breath into the left side of your body. See if you can focus your breath on the left side of your body. Inhale, come back to center. Release your hands down to your knees or alongside your hips. Just to shake it out a little bit, tap your feet on the mat. Rotate your shoulders. Just try and keep limber here. All right. Couple more cat-cows. Inhale, gaze up at the ceiling, chest forward. The hands are on your knees, using your fingers as claws. Nice arch in your back. Exhale into your cat pose. Belly button to spine, round back. Shoulders are coming forward. Opening up the shoulder blades. Breathe into it. Inhale. With your cow pose, draw your shoulder blades closer together as you look up at the ceiling. And breathe into it. Exhale. Cat pose. Back to the seated staff pose. And I just want to remind you that most of these poses are available to you at home. If you're doing a practice at home, I strongly encourage it. You're working with your breath, and your breath will always set you free. Just concentrate and synchronize your breath with your movements, and that's all you have to do. You can find many ways to practice yoga at home. We're going to move into our final resting pose. So come to a comfortable seated pose if you choose, or you can come to a comfortable pose on your mat, whatever your desire. If you're lying on your mat, spread your shoulders. Really relax into the mat. Get very comfortable. Arms alongside your hips, hands alongside your hips, palms up, eyes open, eyes closed. If you're seated in your seat, maybe you're resting on the back of your seat. Always keeping in mind the straight spine and shoulders back. Hands can be on your lap or alongside your hips. And just focus on your breath. Draw your attention to your breath. Just allow it to flow freely and evenly and quietly. Just watch it without trying to change it. Allow it to flow softly and quietly through your nostrils. You can visualize it and feel it as it flows down your throat. and into your lungs and throughout your body. Just as easy and naturally as it flows into your body, watch it flowing out of your body. As you exhale, exhale effortlessly. See if you can allow your mind to become completely absorbed in the flowing of your breath. When your mind starts to wander, it's all okay. Just gently bring it back to focusing on your breath, following your breath throughout your body. Peak of your inhale, just see if you can find a feeling of openness and spaciousness in your mind. Simply let your breath flow in and out. Be at one with your breath. Just allow it to flow in and out. Remember, anytime your mind wanders, simply bring it back to your breath. Check in with your breath. Check in with your mind. If your mind has wandered away, just simply bring it back into following your breath. Start to wake yourself up as you wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers. Shake your wrists and shake your ankles. You're lying on a mat. You can stay on the mat. You can bring your knees on up to your chest. Back side to side. Eventually, lying on your right side, pushing up, coming to a comfortable seated position. Your eyes were closed, slowly begin to open your eyes. I want to thank you for allowing me again to guide you through this practice. It's always an honor and a pleasure, which I truly treasure. And as we bring our hands to heart center, the light in me sees and acknowledges the light in each and every one of you. And when we bring that light together, we produce peace and harmony throughout the universe. Namaste.
Thank you, Jim.
You're welcome, Barbara. Everybody okay?
Thank you, Jim.
You're welcome, Lee.
Yes, sir. Thank you.